Hello. The next part of our making is concentrating on our vent. And you already applied your linen tape, and hopefully you applied the linen tape in the right place, which is not as part of your seam allowance. So you applied to your tuck-in line. And if I just show you that side, can you see that? That's where my vent is finished. So that's to that point where the linen applied. So if you are not sure, it doesn't look like yours, like my one, so come back to my previous lessons so you can check, make sure it's all the same like this. So the next part would be, we're going to fold our seam allowance towards your inside, towards your center back. Going to pin it together. So following my marks here. So this little marks, which is gives me the guide. Make sure it's straight, so your vent should be really straight there, so not it doesn't give any curve at all. They have to be quite straight. And if it isn't, that's where you need to do slightly maybe adjusted things. So to do that, sometimes it's good for you to put the ruler here and see if it's actually does follow this straight line. After when you've done that, the next part would be, we need to tuck your vent together. So I'm just going to do it, let's see, in the middle of my vent, to hold it together. So it's important you do that. And when you come to the bottom of your vent, I would like you to stop. So leave that part loose. The reason is, I'm going to secure it here. The reason is because when we're going to do your hem here, you do want it to make sure it's free. So it's nothing interferes here. Okay. So the next part, I'm going to take the pins out. So I'm going to keep that one pin here, so to keep my things together. And put your cloth on top. If you've got good steam, so you can use just the steam of your iron, and only iron the edge of your vent. Give it a good press so it's really nice and thin, really sharp line. And that's it. So yeah, press it until it's obviously you are pleased and happy. And the most important, that make sure it's it's straight and not stretched. So that's what you have to remember. That. Then the next part would be is attaching your edge, attaching to the linen tape in the same manner as you did any other linen. So we're only attaching to the linen. So that edge will be attached only to the linen fabric. Doesn't go through all the layers and doesn't go through the top. But you still use your top thread when you're attaching it. So hold on a minute, I'm going to get my one, it's folding floor. Okay, got my thread. And I'm going to start again slightly away from that point here. And then you can attach it like you've done your previous ones. It can be like a herringbone stitch, or you can be like over stitch. So it's totally up to you. It's appropriate. Both stitches can be appropriate. Again, just make sure don't make it too tight. Don't make sure you don't make it too small either. So those stitches here, can you see they are quite big, and they've got big gaps in the between. So if you do too small, somehow it became too tight and doesn't give the flexibility. So if yours one being quite small here, you need to undo it and do it looser and do it bigger. So only attaching to the linen. So I'm using herringbone stitch here, but as I said, you can use just over stitching like this if I show you here. So you can just use just over stitching like that. Yeah. So that's absolutely fine as well. And then you go and secure your thread. Again, if you find them difficult to understand how I've done stitchings, I'm happy to show you again in tutorials. There we go, it's all done. And now you can take your tacking out, so you don't need it anymore, and you can give another good press. There you go. That's nice. And you give another good press to make sure nice. Okay. And then in the next one, I'm going to show you how to finish this corner here. That will be my next session. So I'll show you how to do that part here. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.